head-to-head. Starting off immediately on the first game. And instantly you have some control of this B main. You can tell they're not interested in actually taking it. But that quick pace from EG to take B main already starts us off. You have a 4-person stack in middle actually for FUT, and they do know that nobody exploded out of B main.
And I think they also know, having heard the Trailblazer initially used, now Evil Genius is using their own. That is confirming some info.
EG now taking control of 2 spaces, and also this is where FUT was trying to hold on in the early round. So already both sides having pivots planned. And look at this exploration from Demon 1. I know a lot of the focus right now for EG is in this middle area, but you can tell they're going to split B towards the end of this with Demon 1 dashing through.
And just to be clear on that, not only did a flash confirm that there was some presence there, but then the knife doubling down, identifying that Demon 1 and Com are both in B. Start to dash out into the cloudburst. You start to see some of the spam. The pistols come through. Mr. Fallen getting peppered. Demon 1 getting the kill. How much more can they find? They've established control on the site. We've got Kiwi close by. Up in heaven looking for a head to take off.
Spike planted.
Nothing found yet. First spike going down, and the numbers on the side of FUT just continue to crumble. Just 2 left here.
Great movement there from Jogamo, and Demon 1 to back him up too. Time is ticking. They've got to get in.
Not a luxury that they have. They have to be patient. This one they burn some time. Now Captain falls, and Demon 1 cleans it up. EG get the opening pistol at Masters Tokyo.
Great team play there from EG in the final moments of that round 2. Reputation last year. And only 1 Sheriff bought up for FUT. It's a very dangerous prospect for this team. They are very good at those ecos because of the Sheriffs from cracks, from Kiwi.
Jogger's first burst goes a bit wide. Still picks up the orb though. And off of that, EG happy to reset the map. They still have presence mid, courtesy of Boostio, and they have some info from Com.
Right now, FUT really not trying to disrupt these rotates that EG are calling. Both of these first rounds, EG has been able to rotate at about the 1-minute mark and go take more control and finally get towards their plan. And here's well, they put Demon 1 in B main late. So they're really, really understanding how and where the information these players are going to be playing from FUT.
It's interesting, FUT were so disciplined on this. I thought they'd move a little bit sooner once they saw the Viper Orb go through, but they stay. And meanwhile, they're staying. EG has already gotten out onto the site. Ethan getting the spike down. Now the members of FUT start to arrive. Spam through the smoke. Nothing landed. No damage dealt.
Regrouping on A ramp here. Boostio has Demon 1 and also Com way back to throw mollies.
Make sure there's no flank coming in from Spawn. That's over, going over from Fallen, Mr. Fallen. A little bit more spam through the utility. This FUT are just choosing to be very patient about how they go about this.
They really weren't interested in actually challenging the site there. You could see how slow they were, but Boostio and Com did such a good job waiting for each other to be able to get in positions to end up fighting. And this will be a really, really nice exit from Evil Geniuses. Just maintaining that control that FUT was fighting so hard for and backing up. Now, one thing I want to note is how
on the biggest stage either of these teams have played this year. A little bit pacey from Evil Geniuses. Off with a flash, a great opener for Jogamo.
And that right there is punishing the tendencies of Kiwi. He loves to get up on elevated off angles, and there's the double satchel immediately punishes him.
With a Bulldog too. And a great start to this 3rd round.
They are inserting Demon 1 into B main every single round so far and just leaving him there to end up either lurking or regrouping with the team based off of what FUT are going to do. Especially when you see information here on this A side, that's when you end up re-clearing into B main, and Demon 1 could easily pounce. He's the perfect player for it.
FUT have just been so patient on this defensive side. The knife used.
Here comes the re-clear.
And they should know he's there, but they don't know that there's help close by. That's the first kill coming through. The second, not landing. Jogamo with the second on the round.
You really think Demon 1 there is going to be able to take at least one with him, if not both.
Yeah.
And a lot of pressure put on the guy who wasn't even supposed to be here. We really thought he wasn't going to come and play for EG. We thought it was going to be their sub, Reformed, playing here on this stage. But this is a completely different environment. There are so many people in the audience compared to what Demon One had to face with on Americas.
See that one-way cage. He tries ducking under it off of the flash. Maj not able to land the shots. Now 13 seconds left. EG still trying to funnel their way through the utility onto the site. Going to be able to do so, but Maj is still being a pest.
That's the play.
He's still being a menace. Ultimately falls, and a golden opportunity for Evil Geniuses here to go up 3-0, unless Adacaptain can do something about it.
And you think back to the initial entry on this map against Kiwi. If that didn't happen, this would be complete advantage to FUT.
Absolutely. Adacaptain creeping forward around the pillar, right into Ethan's crosshair.
But I think really, early round, things need to be cleaned up for FUT. They need to be more assertive. As of right now, besides that re-clear in B main, that was the only real proactive thing that they've done so far on this defense. And EG have taken down some very formidable foes on this map. Last 3 times they played against NRG. It was the 2nd seed from Americas. Again, this eco round where they're so insistent on actually holding mid, but this time they're pushing up.
As a 4-man death ball. Will EG be aware? The Trailblazer confirming some.
You saw 2 for sure.
Still tucked. Yeah, now they know where he is. He's going to be the first to fall.
And the knife to fall back was not even in time to help Kiwi there. But they do have still 4 sheriffs up.
You mentioned a couple of rounds ago how good they can be with these weapons. And this death ball continues. They're like a posse, a gang, looking to find value with the sheriffs. They're able to get one onto Bustio.
EG, this is the time right now, this 1-minute mark where they're usually starting to re-clear somewhere else on the map or solidify their plans. FUT have just interrupted that in the same way that they did last round. Can they actually maintain this even situation in terms of the players up and the players alive?
And not only have the timings gone a bit awry, but they've also been able to pick up a weapon that EG dropped in the hands of Cracks for now.
What a good flash as well from Mr. Fallen. He just threw that from spawn into heaven and notes the players inside of mid. But there's nobody here on A. Still have the Cypher cam. But EG will be able to get on the site unless they take way too long trying to figure out if there's actually players here, which should be easy to tell once you see that camera. And they have the entry tools as well in the showstopper.
They're being careful. They're being very meticulous, very cautious. They invest the showstopper to make sure there's no one on site, get the spike down. And once again, we find ourselves in a position where FUT is on a retake.
Moments like that are how you get this lead to Balloon, if you're Evil Geniuses, is to be very cautious in these situations. Yeah. Last time we had an eco like this, FUT was not really insistent on actually fighting the site. This time it looks like they want to, rather than just look for exits.
Remember, all eyes on Cracks. He's the only one with a weapon. Calm getting free in there, just 3 left, 4 FUT. As the spike ticks away. What's the cue for them to go? Adacaptain Vault, Demon One with 2 on the round, 21 HP now. Procs the dash, looking for it. Ethan cleans it up, but EG are up to 4.
Demon One's already in content mode. You saw him start things shift here. Looks like they want to go aggro against Calm, but he's already ready with the molly to push off Kiwi. And that's perfect because that knife was going to keep that wall down. He did get suppressed from that.
It is a glass cannon op in the hands of Kiwi, while Demon One is using one of his own.
Attack side op, and you can tell now that that B main insert that he's constantly going for, why they're doing that. Once he gets this off up, that's a great position for it.
He's only been tested once, and it doesn't seem like there's any pressure coming in early in this round. You see the flash out from Mr. Fallen.
Almost punished Bustio then. That was one of the first times you saw one of the EG players alone getting more space.
Yeah, it's very close.
It's the IGL for Evil Geniuses, and sometimes you see a play this timing like that, and you have the most say about whether you can go for that. Right? And look at this. Looks like Jogamo wants to continue to hold ropes while the rest of his team is funneling over towards B for a late lurk and actually holding the space for Calm too. Similar to that first round we saw. Go for a late pistol split, or a B split.
Just 2 members defending the B site for now. And you imagine the pounce is coming very shortly. Seeker's invested, Mr. Fallen clearing out some of it, now understanding where the pressure's coming from heaven, from garage, everywhere. The turn on the flash from Jogmo's gorgeous. First one to fall, can Maj hold them back all on his own?
That trip, nobody's breaking it for him.
So big. Is this where they finally get around on the board? Calm from up in heaven, looking to take someone else down with the Maj with 3 on the round, 13 seconds left, the spike not in hand, and a difficult situation for Calm.
The trip. That took down Demon One. It was lighting him up for, look how long he's lit up right now. And he only has the op. Right, if if he spends a second going for his classic to try to
and I think that's where you go back to the conversation we were having earlier around the Cypher and how difficult that can be right into the action. Jogamo again with an opener.
These early round pushes from Jogamo. They've conditioned the players on foot to really not be expecting any sort of thing towards A. But we've already seen it on that B side, so you have to be expecting it if you're foot. But once again, an early entry, and they were so good in the Americas League specifically about doing things like that, trapping the players who are looking to get a little aggressive. And how Captain falls because of it.
Another numbers disadvantage for FUT. They still have the op in the hands of Kiwi, who's currently posted up at A. Jogamo once again exploring the map.
I think one big tell, though, that they have so far, FUT have switched the Cypher from a couple of rounds ago. Obviously, he was there on that B side, but a lot of times that camera was on that A side, so they confirmed they're running the same setup from last round. And they're doing such a good job at making sure they have a focus on both sides of the map right now.
Demon 1 popped the blades there. He has a Vandal, but he's choosing to hold on to it.
Has no command.
This is...
Cancel it. Yes, he does.
There it is, but he still has the Vandal. It doesn't matter. It never gets used. Op still in play for Kiwi. Feeling the pressure, finally falling. What can Krax do? Is this a 1v4? Not much more.
Again, so much space given up. They, before even executing, are up in A heaven because of Jogamo's early push up. And then you even have Calm lurking through spawn in that situation. It's well considered. Would love to start seeing a timeout here from FUT. Maybe after this eco round goes through. One thing that we actually talked a lot about way back was FUT trying to develop their mental, and I think they did a really good job of doing that in the EMEA League to stop slow starts just like this, but it still was a pain point. They were consistently having really good starts against some of the best teams in EMEA. But when those starts did not happen, you're looking at, you know, their semifinals game against Fnatic, just getting blown out.
Flash once again into garage.
That I love. The flash there from Krax to set the players up on A main past Calm's wall. For the first time, they actually have that space. Calm is freely giving it up, though.
Cosmic Divide invested towards V, and they haven't dashed out. They're holding on for now. Gravity while keeping them at bay. Yeah, now the satchel pushes them forward. Jogamo looking for another, but well done to tuck behind the Cosmic Divide for now.
That movement from Jogamo is great, and Demon 1 follows up after he falls off. They're going to go fast through this, though.
No flash.
Oh, he's high.
Yeah, he is, and he's going to continue to go forward, but EG keeping him back. We settle into a 2v2. The spam from Demon 1 falls down to 1.
Oh, there's no way you expect him coming from spawn.
No, yeah, not at all. You never had a chance. A bullet into
Kiwi. I mean, look at it. He's on the screen right now. How are you able to take that down? But because he's not able to connect on some of those start to shine when they're... Is he? Oh, okay. I thought he was updrafted up on top of that box with an op.
I don't think the knife tagged anyone. But you still have Boostio close by. I mean, almost all of EG are in the vicinity. Waiting for the first peek. Can Kiwi land the shot? Yes, he can. Demon 1 down.
Important to get Kiwi active. Did do some damage to him. He's going to have to run all the way to the other side of the map to get that heal. And EG are not interested in actually staying there. And I think with that flash, you should expect the op to have fallen off. So I think they're ready to punish. Add a captain in this position.
I was unsure if they knew, but the Trailblazer confirmed. Now Ethan, look at how aggressive he's going.
Flash.
He just goes right into the fight. Punished for it, though, as you see, the members of FUT have arrived. Add a captain with 2 on the round, off of the flash from Krax.
That is such beautiful rotation from Krax as well. Leaving the space that Kiwi was entering and joining back into his teammate, being able to get that flash off when there was 2 stars being put down to try to punish. Add a captain in that position, and they get out completely unscathed. Really well done from FUT.
Jogamo's once again slipped the net. This time with the spike, though.
30 seconds left.
Not an abundance of time, but oh dear. First shots go wide. I don't know how he's still alive. Seeing one drop, looking for anything he could find, and it was just too.
And they go for setting up at a captain in main. And it works so well. The flash was brilliant.
Yep.
And again, he's getting grabbed well at that current moment. The second flash as well, trying to counteract that A main pressure that we just saw from FUT, and they're going for it again.
They're behind the wall. I don't think they know. There's the first flash. How did he turn that?
Come on, son. What are you talking about?
I thought he was a dead man walking.
And that's why the desk was talking about how important he is for this team, and the spray with the Trailblazers stun. Spectacular.
I mean, some beautiful adjustments on the other side of the timeout. And an opportunity to pile it on even more.
And it's funny, too, because I thought the call from EG was really good right there. Just go right back into something that will counteract that B main pressure that you just did, knowing that it worked, and calling your bluff to say, you're going to do it again. Let's try to counter it. And it just completely falls flat.
Demon 1 going forward by himself, still finding the kill on the cracks. Now with 15 HP, looking for anything else he can possibly find. And when you're that weak,
so many tools to win this round.
Get out of my way.
Question is, what do they choose to invest? You've already got the blades out for Demon 1.
And remember, Demon 1's blades are insanely good. We saw a few highlights of them, but this guy, whenever he pops the knives, he's good for one. At least.
Hey, it's been off of plays like that he's just won over the hearts of so many. But now on the international stage, the heat's turned up just a bit. Can he handle it? Kiwi with the op, holding mid. Trailblazer, he waits, dashes away. Oh, that Trailblazer's still coming, man.
That's such a big range.
Yeah.
And that recall as well, very good to disrupt his angle. It gives us time for that Trailblazer to actually close the distance, but nobody peeked him too when he held his shot.
You saw the ping on the minimap from FUT. I think they may have seen Calm there. And the flash confirms it, yeah. So with EG with a little over 40 seconds left in the round, they have some presence mid, but they want to double down on this A site, and they're going to invest so big, and the fuse is instantly extinguished.
Sprayed through before he even peeks his head past that smoke.
They've cleared the cam, they're continuing to push forward. Boostio on an exploratory mission to find some space, and he could not. Demon 1 tugging in his smoke. He goes back up high, and every single blade misses.
Completely different on this stage. It's a global event now.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Timing on that was nuts.
And you could tell FUT was feeling the pressure in that round, but still, they did it cleanly. Again, that was just a life high out of EG.
They invested a ton.
3 ults.
Yeah,
3
ults.
ults.
That they
Seeker,
had.
showstoppers, and knives.
Yep. They've kept the pit, though, from Calm. We'll see where they choose to use that. Early knife from FUT, as we've seen a couple of times. Finding some presence A.
This Trailblazer's been so good.
And look at how early Kiwi has to give up the angle because of that. And Jogamo fills the space behind it.
Yeah, it's really important that he does too, because Kiwi could just walk back up on top of it. The flash gets him in completely. But here's the reclear again from FUT. They definitely have upped the energy in terms of what they're doing on the map at any given time, and that's why they've really made this lead back down to 2.
Jogamo creeping forward. The rest of Evil Genius is towards A. The knife's gonna tag him. Oh, he tried clearing it.
Seeker's popped as well to keep the split back. So Jogamo, all that space that all that attention he just took, canceled out. EG has to call a pivot. Really late in this round, they're gonna go for a fake and then go for B split, looks like.
And there's still the Cypher utilities here. They've got the cam. The trips may not be in Factor Hero. Actually, there is one up in heaven.
It's a B fake, maybe. But the smoke's going out towards B. The boom bot as well. They're going for a split on A late. Nobody rotated here, though, out of FUT.
Seesawing back and forth, and it seems like A is what they've set their sights on. The op from Kiwi still in play. Cracks getting another one back. Numbers for EG low, and they just continue to dwindle. And now with 13 seconds left, the spike is out of reach. They've drawn the line in the sand. EG cannot pass.
And it shifted since those initial rounds. From EG ending up finding so many free kills off the sides of players because the strategy working very well. Now it's FUT who's in that position. So many pivots called there from EG. I mean, more than you could expect. There's like 3 different ideas that you could tell were happening on the map at the same time. The initial clearance from Jogamo trying to go for a split on this A, getting knifed.
Adjustments have been flawless. Op still in the hands of Kiwi. Here the blades online too. Last round of the half, and an ever important one.
Only 2 rifles up for the EG side.
Yeah, we talked about it in the previous round too. Calm still has that pit. You imagine he's going to want to use it here.
It's tough if you can't get on the sites.
Yeah.
And they were doing that a lot in the original 6 rounds that they won. But they've shifted this Viper wall over towards B, like after that timeout, after they got punished on that B side. Great swing.
Yeah, Kiwi is awoken. And Jogamo, who was such a pivotal part of their early success, finding the openers in the round, not able to find any value.
There's a gap in the Viper wall, too.
What is that wall? Troublesome, but Ethan still from a distance with the Spectre getting the kill. Kiwi with the blades not finding any value either. And now Pit invested, but Captain's behind them, and I don't know that they know. Oh, he did know! With the shorty getting the kill.
They've recovered this situation so well. And Boostio's not able to get in, but he's still making it a threat. They have to push through this pit and fast. Boostio might not be a factor if they do just that.
Still so many numbers here for EG. It's effectively a 2v4. It's now turned into a 1v3. Demon 1 falling. Still an opportunity here for Cracks, but they invest the Seekers and they're going to clean them up. No way to handle that in the pit.
A really strong one to start, but FUT clawed their way back, and now it's kind of more even on this attack side.
Yeah.
It kind of tries to serve the same purpose that Calm did early in that half, where he was throwing that Viper wall, the orb as well, to try to cross and lurk up A ramp a lot.
Demon 1 feeling pressure mid. Has to use the dash. And then orb provides a little bit more cover.
This is the tough spot when you're not running the sort of composition that EG was running on their attack side. How to get through this orb, because they have the double controller here. That could be reinforced at any point by an Astra Star from Boostio. And the mollies as well from Calm.
I mean, they're really intent on protecting this area of the map.
It's nice, though. Very controlled. You just have to wait out that fuel, especially on this pistol round when you don't have 2 mollies, when you don't have an extra Astra Star.
They don't know that Demon 1's here. He tucked behind the wall for the Trailblazer, and it was cleared out by somebody else. I don't think they're expecting his presence. There it goes, the first kill through.
Spike down.
The flank is coming fast. Ethan is actually blocking it right now. And the wall protects them.
Flash is good. He still gets the kill off the spam.
Enemy remaining.
Demon 1 with 3 on the round. Maj left alone. He gets cleaned up. Another pistol for EG.
But they fought their way through. Problem is to follow up on that.
Grounded.
You don't really pressure through B Heaven. You don't really add any sort of uncertainty from FUT. Both pistols went to EG. Yet, despite that, it's not like this game can balloon super fast.
Imagine they want to avoid having to use heroics off of a timeout to get back into the map, to get it back to be competitive. And it has to start here in the next round.
You think about it, EG converted the bonus. Remember, it was so many. It was 5-0 at one point.
No charges left.
Dashed through, but the flash mistimed, actually. So Kiwi could have got punished so hard there. And you see, this time they actually do clear ropes before going up towards B Heaven.
Some of the Astra Stars starting to go down, making their intentions clear. The spam through another couple of kills. How much more can they find? Calm swinging off of the Trailblazer. Very nicely done. Flawless, some might say.
Put themselves in a great position to, if they convert this bonus, do some real damage instantly.
They've done it once already. There's intentions of aggression towards B. Off of Demon 1. As you were saying, Guardian. No damage dealt. Just a little bit of spam.
Captain put down a star inside of that choke where Demon 1 and Boostio were sitting. I was surprised to see him recall it rather than turn that into a grab well.
Yeah, I agree.
But because of the smoke went out on their side, they didn't really know what was on the other side for them. So they choose not to challenge, and it might be the right choice. Especially seeing Demon 1 knowing he's not in mid this time.
That's a space that they fill. And they've already scaled so far up. There are 3 from Evil Geniuses here. But they are outnumbered.
This defensive wall really good at trying to prevent this split sort of thing coming in from FUT from happening.
Ethan with the peek. Suspicions confirmed. The nade to provide some space. And the satchel to help. Just plays around it so well. Another opportunity and a bonus for EG.
It's just so well played from Giacomo and Ethan off of each other right there. I know Ethan falls instantly, but Giacomo gets his with the satchel onto Kiwi, trying to play through his smoke. And then the nade as well prevents them from actually taking through that space, because they could have just gone through A Heaven after taking down Ethan. If that nade didn't come through, that would have been the situation. Mr. Fallen has the sight, though. And this is a very doable situation based off the minimap we see right now, 1v3. But you can tell how cautious he is in clearing right now.
Yeah, he has to be. Note 2, Calm is very weak here. Just 5 HP.
He's going first right now.
Get some info. Confirm where they are.
Yeah, they need to group. And all of a sudden, this has turned from a very winnable situation while they're split to very difficult while they're all together.
Spam through the screens. No damage dealt yet. Fallen on swing. First to fall, the second there! And it was almost outrageous. It was almost an ace, but Boostio.
They make that clean. They still have Spectres. They basically would have gotten a second bonus without that play from Mr. Fallen.
30 HP.
Constantly, we've been talking about the threat of the eco here from FUT. 4 SMGs up. Just the Sheriff from Cracks, who is a demon with that. And I like what Demon 1's doing here, actually. Setting up Jogamo behind Flowers. It's maybe not going to matter. Given the positions right now for FUT, they're trying to find an opening, trying to find some re-aggression, but you can tell EG very, very aware of the situation in front of him. Calm's just peeking in mid with the orb to back him up. Multiple flashes already used from Ethan as well, gaining plenty of information.
And holding the space, too. Of course, he gives it up as I say that.
Calm there tried to actually find a lot of damage with the orb coming up and the molly combined with that.
That's tough, too, because they don't really have anyone there.
I've got your trail.
They're happy to give up mid, but can they convert off of that? Can they stabilize with the space that's been left? Kiwi up aggressive off the Seekers, gets a kill up on Heaven, but Boostio trying to hold the line back by himself. And it's a lighter weaponry from FUT that seems to be converting for now.
30 seconds
This
left.
is now turned into a must-win situation once they get those first 2 kills.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've got a situation.
One enemy remaining.
It falls down to a 1v1. Demon 1 not supposed to be here, dashing away. Maj with 1 HP left.
Camera taken out.
Cam cleared. Maj dancing. The pillar's there, and Demon 1 wins the round.
And then 2 random kills. How does Demon 1 get this? And then how's the nade as well?
Yeah, the nade was the most ridiculous part. A couple of dueling flashes traded across the middle of the map. No presence found yet. What are the adjustments off of the timeout for FUT? It's cautious for now.
Oh, they have put Maj in that position to throw those double cages, which he's already put out. When does he choose to spring them? So he can commence that lurk. And the interesting part is you have to be aware. Actually, I think he already used one of the cages, and Ethan, in response, uses that dog.
Poison's off.
Popped another one just then. So that threat already gone. EG doing such a good job just canceling it with just 1 Trailblazer. You see the difference in meta for both sides. Think about Calm in that position, right? You can refresh that wall at any point.
Right.
You can break the dog and then go for it again. With the cages, they're not refreshable.
Deep flash from Ethan from spawn. Getting a little info up in Heaven. It seems like FUT want to NB. They're all here. And Kiwi had contacted out. Lies on top to hold the spam. He had to respond with it. Not able to get the kill. Boostio flash holding the line back sight.
Spike down B.
Now it's just 6 bullets left. Can he clean up the kill? Yes, he can.
Just crazy stuff. As well, Calm's position, they did such a good job holding him back as well.
Yeah, they did.
And it was, again, just a self-flash there. Hop now up for Demon 1. Knives, they have ults as well to play with. This has gone from pretty dire to just incredibly impossible from FUT.
In record time, and it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. Their star duelist is already done on the attacking side. What's the entry? What's the go?
They're going to try to contact through this smoke.
Remember, there's a gravity wall just on the other side, too, or there's a star on the other side as well.
Just placing down another smoke so you can end up going for a cross back if the info is garnered from the FUT side. They haven't really even recognized the fact that pit on the other side, that camera spots it. Demon 1 going for more. There's no teammates here. He wants to end this game.
Yep, he wants to make a play. There's
the
the gravity
contact.
well off of the flash. Boostio having him slip the net, but that's all right because help is here. Jogamo swinging around. It's all onto Mr. Fallen. To keep the map alive in a situation like this, impossible.